What up? What up? What up, everybody? What up? How y'all doing? It's February 26, 2024. And I just heard another bloop. So that means we got all participants in
Hey,
the building. All participants in the building. Shout out to Hendo. He had to take care of some business. So
shout
we'll
out
see you on the
Hendo.
next go round. So, salute, salute, salute. But we got everybody else here, all participants, willing participants. And we got some interesting stuff to talk about today. What's everybody's week been like? Welcome back, Mike, back for show 2 of
A
I glanced
season
down
on.
there. This is what I'm laughing at. Not yet.
Nah, maybe in a couple weeks.
Not yet. Not yet.
My
Not yet.
my birthday is next month, so maybe we will catch me then,
We'll
like
see.
that.
We'll see. We'll see.
When's your birthday, Mike?
Mississippi.
March 23rd.
Ooh, on March 26th.
Uh-oh.
See, that's why we gangsters, Chris.
And then
Yeah.
what? Jose
Gangsters
13th,
recognize
14th,
gangsters.
I'm May 13th.
and I'm May 14th. See?
See? Yeah.
Run it like that. Run it like that. Why you shaking your head, B? You the odd man out.
Just another reason I don't belong up here.
No, B and Hendo on the same day. They got the same birthday.
Yeah.
For real? Nuh-uh. Team Tars around here. Team Tars.
Team Tars, that's right.
All day
That's
long.
right, Chase.
How was y'all
gang.
week, man?
It was cool.
It was cool. The weekend was long. I'll tell you about
That's
that.
what we want on weekends. Well, maybe sometimes
I need to recover from the weekend.
we got about what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things we're gonna try to get to. Make it snappy. So, and what we're doing today, chat, and we'll kind of incorporate you guys, is we got some questions that we're gonna ask. And to keep this, everybody involved when we have these questions, put your answers to the questions in the comment section. And some will flash on the screen and we'll throw into the mix. We won't be able to do everybody's like that, but as we're talking and as other guys are talking, I'll throw comments up there. And if it's something that we need to address, we'll do that. And if you want yours specifically addressed, put a little monetary backing behind it, and we'll definitely address it.
That's right.
So you can do it by going to the pin comment and doing it. That's the best way to do it. But if you just have to super chat, do it that way too. But the best way to do it is the pin comment, and we'll go from there. But join us. It's a show for everybody, and we want everybody's opinion to be heard and whatnot. And so let's go from there. Let's do a couple shout outs and then we'll get started. Let's see who's out here with us. Brandon Bazel was first. Appreciate you, B, for coming through. B always support. Always, always, always. Oh, and speaking of B, made me forget something that I rarely even talk about anymore, and I just forget to do it. Patreon. Patreon.com/ZipTheTalent. We got 4 tiers over there. What I've been doing since the season's over is when I do a video, and if it's not something I'm in a hurry to get out, as soon as I finish recording it, I'll put it over there for them with no edits and no nothing, bloopers, and me cursing myself out for being stupid and messing up. I just record it raw, throw it over there for them. Let them get the raw footage of it and watch it. And by the time it come out on YouTube, I'm like, yeah, I watched this early. So it's like they can have them bragging rights to say, yeah, I saw this, a day ago or 10 hours ago or whatever. Just to keep it going over there while it's not as much football tape to go. And then some of my SEC people gonna end up going over there too, because I got a whole video of Malik Neighbors on YouTube where I had to take all the actual film out and because of YouTube. So more SEC guys. Now I kind of finagled the process on one of them where I zoomed in on somebody. I don't remember who it was. But a lot of the SEC guys just gonna go to Patreon too, because they just trip. And I realized that because if they doing what's our big film guy that's kind of do what we do? He came out with a Rome or Tuesday video today. Brent Coleman. Yeah, they doing Brent Coleman like that. I know what they're gonna do to Joe Blow. Me being Joe Blow. So just go, all those got Patreon. So just go check them out and support the channel, especially during off season. I appreciate it. I'm sure I speak for everybody else. They appreciate it also too.
Thanks.
So just go do that. But when I saw B up there, that made me think about it. MJ, everybody sent them here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Osman, appreciate you coming through. Chinwoo, Pinellas. Who else we got in here? Chase, March 28th. Just gonna shake my head on that day. Remind me to tell y'all about that off the camera. Shake my head on that day. March 14th. Where's Hendo? Hendo, life is life for Hendo. But he cool. Life is life.
He good. Yeah, he good.
What up, Cam? Let's see who else. Mike in the 40 Club. Gonna be in the 40 Club. Nothing wrong with it. And I saw some people on Twitter about the term 40, and they was dreading. Man, 40 ain't so bad, man.
It ain't.
That ain't so bad.
40 cool, man.
40 ain't so bad. Let me see. B just tipped us.
Once you get to 40, you can stop acting. You can stop acting cool. Just be yourself.
But then for 40, it really ain't no act. You just are.
No, you are who you are. You're not trying to impress anybody. You just doing you.
Right. Let me see. B tipped. He said, "Who got the Girl Scout cookies connect?" Matter of fact, man, I had some in the other room, and they wasn't supposed to be touched, but they've been touched. I bought my cousin. Her daughter was selling them, and she was 9 away from her goal, and so I just bought 9 boxes in different flavors because I really don't remember what I eat, and so the ones I bought, I was just buying different ones, thinking my wife which one she ate, and the kind I bought 1 box of was the kind she liked, and so she kind of blessed me for not getting the kind that she liked.
You know what's funny, Coach? Last week on the Overtime show, we had a series of topics, and we were just kind of going through them. It was kind of like an open mic type of thing, and we were just kind of joking around. But at the end, we had a serious discussion about Girl Scout cookies. It got intense because I went to B's house a couple weeks ago, and he had a new flavor I'd never seen before called was it lemonade?
Lemonades, yeah.
I think that's what she ain't eat now.
Oh my god! It changed my whole the whole order of things because Thin Mints is always number one.
Keep going.
Me.
I'll be right back. Keep going.
Thin Mints, Samoas, right, and then everything else pretty much, right. There isn't really a bad or Girl Scout cookie, but B showed me those.
Cookies.
The what?
The shortbread cookies.
Yeah,
they ain't special enough to be in the lineup.
They're not. But I mean, if it's there, you eat it. You know,
I don't know. If there's Lorna Doone, those shortbread joints is
Mikey, yo, the lemonades, like it's like a shortbread, but then it has like the lemonade icing on the bottom of it. Oh my god.
Yeah, talking about year 2025 stuff.
Yeah, I got them, Coach.
I like these. These are the ones I like. These new.
Yeah.
So I had these. I tried these. I like these.
What's that?
It's called Adventurefuls. They straight. Got these. They say these old faithfuls.
Yeah, that's B was just hating on them.
And these are the ones she was in there munching on.
Those are lemonades?
The lemon ups.
Lemon ups.
Okay.
Is that them, B?
No. The one I got the lemonades, but they use different things. It's like my favorite are the Samoas. And I found out that they have another supplier, and they can't call them Samoas. So it's the same thing. They call them caramel delights. So it might be that kind of one of them calls them lemonades, one of them call them lemon ups.
Damn, it's like the drug game. They got names and shit.
Hey, have you seen that episode of Boondocks?
Yo, I was about to say that.
World's Finest Chocolates. Yeah.
Yo, Girl Scout. Listen, I don't want, but hey, it's very gangish type situation there. How they hit, they make it. They slinging cookies all across the world, and nobody say nothing. Like, ain't nobody, IRS ain't knocking on their door.
Bro, my
they be hitting prime real estate. Like, they be outside Target.
And I sent mine to Florida.
So that's the other thing. So my man that live in Cali, he sent the link. So I was like, man, I'm a support. I'm like you, Coach. I'll just buy whatever. I don't really eat them. But, like, I saw a couple. I'm shopping. I'm like, oh, snap, they got some new joints. So I'm ordering everything. I get so excited. I pick for hand delivered. Well, he lives in California, so he hits me like, bro, I ain't gonna be able to hand deliver these. I was like, dang. So I had to pay. I mean, he shipped them to me and he paid to ship them, but I hit him back with the money. So I paid twice for.
Right. You had to pay for the cookies, then turn around and pay for the shipping.
I had to pay for the packaging in the shipping. So,
but you got your dope, so to speak.
And them little girls better start walking around with guns with how good those cookies are.
Yeah. This adventureful, that's
they nice. They nice.
You see what I'm saying?
Nice.
It's a serious conversation. Like people laugh, but you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Girl Scout cookies, man. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Right. They nice. Did I miss a super chat while I walked off? I said I got a starred message. Cam, you super chatted. Let's see. Auto Star Super. Did I miss something? Maybe. Yeah, here you go. At least it say super chat. I don't know. Maybe I did. If I did, thank you, Cam. Let's get into this first topic of the day. Where are my banners? Here it is. All right. Who or what position are you looking forward to seeing at this weekend's NFL Combine? If you don't know, the NFL Combine technically it started today, but the TV stuff don't start until, if I'm not mistaken, Thursday or Friday. But technically it started today with them checking in and getting all the whoop-de-whoop, yada-yada stuff going on. So what position or who certain individuals that you're looking for seeing at the Combine? And this is for everybody. This is just not, like for the Ravens. This is like individually and for the Ravens and or Panthers too.
Yeah, like everything but quarterback, honestly, because Carolina need everything but quarterback. I mean, if we don't talk about specific players, and I'm not even 100% sure if who all is going and who's not, but Ladd McConkey, which I cannot believe they talking about drafting a dude named Ladd McConkey, and I'm looking forward to it. But him, Troy Franklin, a couple of other receivers that are right around that early second, late first kind of area, because they got to get Bryce someone or something.
What picks? Because you don't have a first, right?
Okay.
I ain't trying to be funny. What?
So
what
no,
pick
we
do you
do not
second?
have the number one overall pick, Coach. We do not. We have
I'm saying
33.
So you don't have a first at all.
No.
What? So you got the first and the second.
I know. Shocking, I know.
You got the first, the first one, and the
pick
second.
in the second round.
Okay,
and then they're picking again sometime in the third. So I mean, they probably want to trade back. Honestly.
How many do you have?
They have. I want to say they have 6 picks because I believe they're missing like a 4th or a 5th, and I think they have like 2 7ths.
Okay,
something like that.
Yeah,
but
they probably need to trade back and get some over. Because it's like, if I'm reading the room right, there's too many missing pieces. They only have 6 picks.
I think that first pick in the second round is a great pick to trade back and get some extra picks with, because that's gonna be a highly coveted pick.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody trying to jump up there and get Bo Nix and ruin their future.
And that was last year. That pick was Porter Jr.
Yes,
last year that pick was Porter Jr.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of talent that falls towards the end of the draft, and there'll be a lot of guys right there.
Probably gonna be somebody that's in that room that don't get picked.
Yeah.
On Thursday night. Mm-hmm. I'm personally, for me personally, I like watch all the skill guys. I just, coaching skill guys. I just want to see them run. Want to see the drills. Want to see how fluent they are. Want to see how fluent they move and whatnot. But as far for the Ravens, O-line, running back, and receiver. And I ain't even looking at the top notch receivers. I'm looking for like you said, somebody like Jalen McMillan. Like, a lot of people like, who? That's the receiver for Washington that barely played. And people don't know much about him because they know Oduze and Polk, but they don't realize Polk is the third best receiver on that team. McMillan was number 2. He just happened to he was hurt.
Yeah.
And people, when I said it to somebody, I'm like, they don't even know who McMillan is. I mean, well, you got to go back to the year before that when McMillan was the guy before Oduze was. I'm looking at guys like that, and Franklin probably be gone before them, but the wide receiver class is so loaded that you can get a decent to good wide receiver in the second, maybe early third. So I'm looking at them guys that ain't the big name receivers that because I think we need to look at the O-line and we can kind of wait on a receiver.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see the O-line. You get a chance to see how those guys move, how flexible they are. Just because a lot of times in certain schemes, like that kind of gets hidden, and you don't really get to see them in space that much. So being able to watch them move and just see the kind of ankle flexion they have, their recoverability when they're moving one way and then have to change and move all of their weight to the other side. Like I like seeing that kind of stuff just to see how they move and see how they can possibly project as far as being flexible. Like, oh, maybe this guy might be able to move over to the left side if he was just playing right tackle. Like, for example, like a Marvin Mims or a JC Latham, guys who grew up playing left tackle. And then in order, for several different reasons, one of them being O-line continuity is they stayed on the right side. They started off on the right side and the team just said, you know what, we know you're a left tackle. We're going to keep you on the right side. But in these kind of situations, you can see those movement skills and see, hey, this dude does have the feet and quickness to maybe move over to that side and be back at his more natural position that he grew up playing. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes, it's a lot of guys that and doing their research with the O-line that normally when you look at college O-linemen, you just looking at left tackles because they're gonna move to right. But now you're looking at right tackles because they just leaving them there, letting them play that position, and they're just gonna naturally play that position when they transition. And it's been a pleasure to see them do that for some guys because now you can get a true picture of what they're gonna look like next year. Well, not a true picture because they're gonna play still for competition, but you get a chance to kind of see how they work on that side. And now you ain't got to project them moving, like Chris said, to the other side because they already there, and you get a picture of to see their kick step and how they hand placement gonna work, and just you get to see their body. We don't have these Ben Cleveland issues because we don't know what he looks like at left guard because we see him at right guard all the time. So it's good to see him on the right side, over there. And then I think I say Ben Cleveland, but we think about Falele. Falele never played left tackle until he got to the Ravens and it was in a game.
Yeah.
He played right all through our high school, all through our college, and got to the NFL, played freaking left tackle, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Mike? If you even get a chance to check it out.
Yeah, I'm man, outside of the wide receivers, because I'm intrigued by that group, especially the top 3 to 5 guys. Like it appears that there could be some movement there. I mean, I feel like little Marvin, he's probably gonna be the guy, but it seems like Neighbors and the cat from Washington, man, can gain some ground in this week or whatever.
Yeah, because Marvin said he ain't doing nothing but the interview.
Yeah. So you never know. We've seen crazier things happen before, so you never know. But I'm intrigued by that. But outside of that, man, I always love the combine to see the big guys, and then that one freak athlete that's 6'4", 350 that runs a 4.5 40. And you like, God, who the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm always intrigued to watch and see that. Obviously, the 40 time everybody want to check that, but it's always one guy that is just freakishly athletic and moves himself up the board, whether they deserve it or not. But they with that size and moving like that, man, they make themselves a little bit more money.
And then you never hear from them again.
Pretty much.
There is one guy I'm disappointed that's not running. Chris's guy.
Cooper DeJean?
Cooper DeJean.
He broke his leg.
He did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's why he didn't finich the season.
Oh, I didn't know this. I wanted that guy to run.
He's pretty disappointed to not be running himself then, huh?
I didn't know. I didn't know he broke his leg. So I take that back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he just I think they said like a couple of weeks ago he just got cleared
to do some light jogging and stuff.
Yeah, but
so he probably won't even be able to do nothing in pro day either. You know?
They say they're gonna try to do a pro day in April, but who knows how that'll go.
Yeah, that ain't good. But so this I didn't send you guys this, but I think because it happened after I sent the stuff. Keep in mind, I sent these questions to these guys at like 5:30 this morning. So, but this happened afterwards. Marvin, and I just mentioned it to Mike. Marvin is not doing anything at the combine, but the interview process. Do you think that helps or hurts him?
It's fine. Like,
yeah,
he's going to be picked 3, 4. You know, either way. Like, I don't think running is going to do anything. And teams have these guys' GPS times. Like, they know how fast he is compared to Malik Neighbors, compared to Roma Dunze. Like, they know how fast he is on the field. So it's like, yeah, like, you know, everybody wants to see Marvin Harrison Jr. at the combine. So it's like a lot of those older dudes, they're like, oh, you know, like this is, you know, ruining the combine and all of that other shit. But they're not the ones that got to be up at 5 a.m., you know, answering these questions and then working out and having to stay loose and having to do all of this shit on the field. So I'm like I said it earlier, like I'm all for not having to do shit that annoys you. Right. And that whole process seems like it's annoying. So Marvin Harrison Jr., do your thing.
Nothing wrong with it. Because I think personally, like he's been hearing it for 2 years. You're the best receiver out here. So why let what happened to Voorhees or what happened to Ojabo or anybody else that then got hurt at the I mean, because you can't be drafted any higher. You're gonna be probably the first non QB taken. Probably.
Yeah.
Definitely, almost certain the first wide receiver taken. What do you have to gain by going through the underwear Olympics? Like,
thanks. Yeah, that stuff is for everybody else. Like, he's already earned that position by the tape that he's put out there, right? He's already earned it on the field. Everybody knows what he is. He's probably one of the most scouted players out there. Like, everybody knows everything about him, so he doesn't need to do anything else. And we don't have to do anything. Like, the whole point of the combine is to help improve your draft stock, to give the scouts and coaches something to consider before they make their pick. There's nothing that any of these teams need to consider that are going to be within range to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. There's nothing that they need. So he doesn't need to do anything.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think the only thing that can happen with somebody like him is that he hurts his stock, right? You know, he runs a bad 40 time. Now everybody's talking, you know, oh, he's a step slower than we thought. But one thing I don't like, and it's not just on the player, I think, you know, the combine, NFL, the combine officials, they know this, right? They know Caleb Williams. They know Marvin Harrison. They know, you know, other guys out there who are surefire top 5 to 10 talent. No matter what happens, they're going to go, right? So why not, you know, have these guys come to town for the interview side of it, but not allow them to take up a slot from another player who could have been there and got the invitation to help themselves out. The one name that comes to mind, and it's not a huge name, but just because it's local, but Baby Tua, you know,
Talia,
like he didn't get the invite, and I mean he had a good Senior Bowl, he had a solid year. He probably could have got invited there, but if it's a numbers game, you know, Caleb and those guys, that's 2 to 3 spots at least. Where it's like, yeah, man, we out and come in and interview, but man, we'll still use those slots to invite other players here.
Yeah, because that's sure crazy. Because Caleb's not throwing, and I found this out right before we came on. Jaden Daniels not throwing either, the quarterback from LSU. So that's a guy. That's a spot where I don't know if Jaden's not running, but I know he's not throwing. But that's, like you just said, that's a spot where not Tua. What's the little brother's name? Talia could have gotten there and at least, you know, attempted to. I think the combines for guys, and you might have been alluding to this too, Mike, where guys that need to like they got question marks.
Yeah.
I need to show my worth or what I can do. I need to compete.
Yeah.
That's the combines for those guys. And the guys that's kind of set in stone, step back and let them guys compete. If you Marvin Harrison, if you Caleb, if you some of these big name guys, step back, go through the interview process. Like you said, have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the interviews, and then let them other guys that need this platform, let them have it. But they need to figure it out, because if it's gonna end up being opt out like these bowl games, if they keep on.
Yeah. Before you move on, Coach.
Go ahead.
OB, did you go yet?
Nah, I mean, the only thing that can happen for like a Marvin Harrison is like a team is dumb enough to talk themselves into a different receiver. So like,
right.
he gonna be Marvin wherever he goes.
So for you, Coach and Chris, our draft combine gurus, what's y'all thoughts on Drake Maye?
I watched a lot of Drake Maye. I didn't watch a lot of football. I watched a lot of Drake Maye because I had a kid that played with Carolina, so I watched a lot of Drake Maye. Drake is up there because Drake is really, really sneaky. And sneaky is the word I'm gonna use, because you don't think he can move, but he can. He has a really good arm, but he's inconsistent. And he's really, really smart. And when you put all that together, if you get him with the right system, Drake's gonna be really darn good. Or he's gonna be really darn bad. I don't think it's gonna be a middle ground for Drake. Okay. But I think it's gonna be a messed up thing he's going to end up and go and follow the same dude he followed at North Carolina.
Trubisky?
No, Howell.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about Howell.
Yeah.
He's gonna follow Sam Howell to Washington, and he may end up, in the same situation. Because Drake this year wasn't as good as Drake was last year. I feel like Drake last year had a better year film-wise and game-wise than he did this year. But the kid is, in my opinion, and I ain't studied him like sitting down looking at all 22. I studied it from watching, wanting him to throw the ball to my kid, which he didn't. But the kid ended up transferring this year. But seeing him play that way, I think Drake's pretty good. Now, I like somebody else more than Drake, but Drake's pretty good. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I like him. I think like the stuff about him like being terrible and all of that, I think that's overblown, and I think a lot of it is lazy. Where you just say, "Oh yeah, this dude is Sam Howell, this dude is Mitch Trubisky." Like when you look at his feet, like I think he has better feet in the pocket than both of those dudes. Like his feet are really, really nice in the pocket, like nice quiet feet, not really like jittery or anything like that. And I like that calmness in the quarterback. But then again, you have that thing where a lot of the great quarterbacks have is trying to be the hero. And he has a lot of that gunslinger, mentality. And, I know Tez Walker gets a lot of pub and stuff like that, but his wide receivers didn't do him any favors.
Right.
Like there was some games where they were just downright dreadful.
And Tez ain't played till the second half of the season.
Yeah, because NCAA was, messing him up. And but then like Coach said, Coach made a great point. Like, let's say if he's going to let's just say a situation like CJ Stroud went to, where you have a coaching staff in place. Well, not a coaching staff in place, but a coaching staff that has a plan. And I think when you see the Miko Ryans, he was like, all right, I know my guy that I'm bringing with me from San Fran, from that tree. And like Coach said, he's following Sam Howell to Washington. Cliff Kingsbury, I don't have faith in that.
Right.
Like, so it's like he's most likely going to be put in a situation to fail with this kind of coaching staff around him. Because, I mean, Cliff Kingsbury, he doesn't, like that's just not and I'd have no confidence in him being able to create an offense that will help a rookie quarterback. Like, I just don't.
So think about this, Mike. Do we think Drake Maye can do what Kyler did? And think about it, Kyler made a lot of throws outside of the pocket.
Yeah.
With D-Hop. I don't know if Drake can, and I think if Drake goes to DC, he has a better supporting cast than Kyler, I think. Because you think about Scary Terry, you got what's your back?
Dotson.
You got Dotson, you got decent backs with the guy that can play the slot too out the backfield.
Gibson and Robinson.
So you got some guys there, and how threw for 18 million yards this year. So I mean, maybe, because like I said, I think Drake's pretty good. But it's well, I just like Chris said, I don't trust the coach, the offense coordinator. He got to show me, because he had Kyler, who I think is an amazing football talent, and they kind of pissed down his leg.
Yeah, and any guy that makes that decision to, because he was in Thailand with his girlfriend for a long time. Any man who makes the decision to be like, all right, I don't want to be in Thailand with this beautiful woman anymore. Let me go coach the Washington Commanders. You can't trust somebody who makes decisions like that.
Wait. He was even there shorter because he was at USC last year, remember?
USC, I could understand a little bit, because USC got a little something going on there, but not the Commanders. Come on.
I would have rather stayed in Vegas.
Anywhere but the Commanders.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw they interviewed Antonio. He was like, "Yeah, I thought we had Cliff, but I guess Magic Johnson got a better offer than we did."
Hey, it's a blessing. Consider it a blessing.
Right. So it is what it is. But that's my answer to your question, Mike.
Appreciate it, guys.
No problem. That was a great question. Let's move on to question number 2 for us. And this one has kind of been hot in the streets. And so we'll see right here. It says Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Josh Jacobs. Which is the better fit for Baltimore, and why?
I mean,
all right.
It's Saquon.
I misspelled it. Oh no! Okay.
No, I was
you answered the question. My bad.
No. I was saying it's Saquon because when you're looking at Baltimore, the best fit is the best talent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a shadow of an O-line, but you got to rebuild that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got no running backs there right now, and you just need the best possible player in that position. And then you need to have your coach, Harbaugh and Monken, actually use him to his abilities. I think Derrick Henry is fine as a second option or third option if you miss out on like Josh Jacobs as well. But I'm just not thrilled with the idea of paying a running back going into his 30s who's doesn't look like he's the same player that he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's my bad.
No, go ahead.
I think it's Saquon easily for me. You look at Tom Monken's offense, and he wants guys who can be able to create in space. And Saquon is one of the ultimate space players that we've seen over the last few years. So having him in the offense, not taking anything away from those other guys. Those other guys are good, borderline great. We've seen from them, but Saquon and the type of back that he is, I think that would fit well with what Monken wants. And we saw that kind of with Justice Hill, like where he wanted to get justice in space. So imagine those touches going to Saquon, and it would be crazy.
Yeah, and he'll be on an offense that actually has some other talent around him for the first time in his career.
Yeah,
it's not left on Saquon.
Now, Coach, I did see your video where you're talking about Derrick Henry, and you brought up a Very, very interesting stat about like the percentage of explosive runs each of these guys had, and Josh Jacobs was off the charts compared to the other ones. So I kind of feel like you might be going that route, and Josh Jacobs. If we couldn't get Saquon, that'd be number 2 for me, is Josh Jacobs. But like, yeah, I'm with them. I'm with Saquon because he's more talented than Josh Jacobs.
He. Well, I'm gonna let Mike answer. Then I give mine. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with y'all, Saquon. If we talking fits, right? To B's point, you Saquon just because he's the best talent, right? But if we go into, we had a different offense this year, but when we in our bag, we're running the ball. Like, we do have a sort of a downhill power running game. So I would go Henry second at the right price. As fit.
Right.
But one, it gotta be Saquon. If you can get Saquon, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. But I am intrigued by Josh Jacobs too.
I think all of them gonna be like the 3 main ones: Jacobs, Pollard. I mean, not Pollard. Jacobs, Barkley, Henry. I think all of them gonna be right around 10 million. Like right in that area somewhere. Whether it's 9.5 to 11, they all gonna be in there somewhere.
Which is honestly nothing for the kind of playmakers you're talking about.
Exactly.
And putting them on a team like Baltimore who's contending, or it should be.
It's just the whole position is just devalued something, but they all gonna be right around that number.
Miles Sanders.
And so this is my answer, and obviously Jose alluded to my video. I think Josh Jacobs is number 1 on this list for me, and the reason I got him up there, 26 years old, no major injury. And the second guy I got is Tony Pollard, 26 years old, can catch out the backfield. He did have a major injury like Saquon did, so but Saquon is next. He's 27, but he had a major injury also, him and Tony Pollard both. Then I got Derrick Henry last. Derrick Henry don't have that major injury that I know of. I know he had one season where he played only 8 games. I don't know what happened that he only played 8. I don't know what the injury was. If it was an injury, chat box, you can let me know what's going on. But
he was hurt. I forget what
it was. His foot. Wasn't it his foot?
I don't remember. But the first 3 guys, the main reason I got them over Henry, I went and looked up their catches. Their catching out of the backfield is light years ahead of what Derrick Henry does out the backfield. Now, what Derrick Henry does up front of them is he can do the wildcat stuff, and where we can take Lamar out of that goal line, that heavy stuff, and forget that out of there. But the other 3, I'd be cool with it. And for the people that's talking about no on Pollard, that lets me know your football IQ.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be blunt with you. The people that's talking no on Pollard, that tells me how much you know football right there.
I was talking to Mike and Kerry about this the other day about Pollard, and I don't think people understand the injury that he was coming back from. That's not a minor injury that he had.
Right.
And when you look at him throughout the year, and the way he finished the season, I think he looked better than he was earlier in the year. Right. And we know the Ravens are not going to be a workhorse back kind of team. We know that that's not going to happen. They're going to mix people in, no matter who's there. And Tony Pollard, he's a guy, he doesn't need to. There's some running backs that they need to have the ball to get in the groove.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard, that's not him.
That's not him, right?
He's always in the groove, because when he shared the backfield with Zeke, he was
ready
super explosive.
Yeah,
and that's why Zeke got up out of there.
And I think if you can have a guy like Tony Pollard a year removed from that injury, I mean, if it's a big time discount, hell yeah, I'll take that too.
Because we ain't doing a lot of that between the tackle stuff. We ran a lot less power counter. We ran a lot of stuff, like you mentioned earlier, on the edges. That's why I don't think Gus is a we need like like you said, a Saquon in that space, or a Josh Jacobs in that space, a Pollard in that space.
And what's more difficult to get, a space player or a bruiser who could get you, 3rd and 1? It's much easier to get those big bruisers.
Exactly.
Now I'll say this about like Derrick Henry, Saquon, and really Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, he led the league in rushing 1 year, but like really Henry and Saquon, like I mean, for all of them, but for those two in particular, like they're known for being those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like they had that reputation, and I think we need that a little bit on this team too. Is when we get to the playoffs, there's no getting around getting the ball. Like you can't, like Harbaugh can't have a game where they don't get touches, win or lose.
Right.
Don't underestimate him.
Yeah,
that's the worst part of this whole discussion. That you said for a fact that they're not going to have a workhorse running back, and nobody is even going to argue with it.
Yeah, that's true.
No matter whose running back is.
That's the key. The thing is, with all these names, with let me make sure I say this right. With Jacobs, Saquon, and Derrick Henry, I don't think Harbaugh can go into a playoff game and give them 6 carries. He might can get away with that with Tony Pollard because of the name.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but the other 3, he can't get away with that.
Yeah,
right.
He can get away with
it. What's that be?
He could get away with it with some people.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this on top of this question: if it's not one of these 4, is it lost? Did they miss out? Did they drop the ball here? If they don't come out with one of these 4,
number 5 is Austin Eckler. There's a lot of.
I like Swift.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of running backs available. So they can't come out of free agency without a good option at running back.
You can always, even if you don't get one, I think you can draft one.
Yeah.
Well, some people can.
I think you can draft. I mean, I don't know. Because if you don't get one of these upper tier guys, and you don't get like a Swift, because I feel like you don't have to jump out the boat and sign one of these dudes on day one. No. I feel like you can. I feel like this is one of the instances you can kind of slow play these four guys. Now, if 3 of them get signed immediately, that slow play stuff out the gate.
I feel like we do. We do, because I mean, as much as I say, hey, we need to go get one of these top wide receivers, Mike Evans, well, Higgins just got franchised, but whatever. Like, we're not going to do it, right? That's the reality of it.
Because Mike Evans projected to make 23, 24 million. That ain't gonna happen.
See, I mean, and I'm the guy to say, nah, I don't care, pay him. Like, get a difference maker. We're not going to do that wide receiver. That's just not what we do. But man, step out there and get a Saquon Barkley. Like, we need a difference maker. If you're not going to get a wide receiver, get it in the backfield so you get somebody that can run and catch.
And then, Jose, it goes into your plan of, we made a business decision, because you're getting a playmaker for $10 million cheaper or $14 million cheaper, and probably going to touch the ball more than a Mike Evans. So say you paid Saquon $10 million. You pay him $10 million and Mike is $24 million. So you're getting about a guy that's going to touch the ball more than Mike. He's probably going to have more of an impact on the game than Mike because of how our team set up. Yeah. You've made a business conscious decision that you can be like, okay, we still zigged when everybody else was zagging.
And then they can still go out and get, bring back like a Hollywood Brown or somebody like that. Get like
which that. You say, man. Hey, chill.
my bad.
So, hey, anybody else get it? Did we miss Biden? You went on this? Did you go on this?
Yeah.
Who y'all back is? Who y'all back? Miles Sanders still?
I don't.
Now I was gonna try to interject you in the conversation.
In the Panther show tonight. It's okay.
Okay, my bad. Okay, forget it then.
Yeah, this is Miles Sanders. Right, he'll have a bounce back year.
Okay.
All right, he better. He made $8 million this year.
Oh Lord.
Okay. All right. Like, come
on. See, I segued for you, Coach.
I know. I wasn't ready yet.
I said 8, not 18. Let's calm down. All right.
Number 3. How open would you be for a return of Hollywood Brown to Baltimore? even though his projected market value, this is no real number. This is from what's the site?
Over the cap.
Over the cap.
Oh,
I think it's over the cap. His projected market value would be $14 million. How open would you be for a return of Hollywood Brown to Baltimore? That's a question for everybody, including the people in the chat.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it, but is there something else coming before that 14 million? Meaning, I want the O-line taken care of.
Yes.
Before we get to a Hollywood Brown, just as a player, like, yeah, I would love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know that he has that connection with Lamar. He brings a element that can get open horizontally and vertically, which is something I think the offense needs. I know we have Zay. Cool. Now we got another one who can do similar things. I'm not of the mindset that it has to be a basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get good players who have chemistry with Lamar, and that's one that we already know. We don't have to guess. How's he gonna fit in with Lamar? Do they have to practice? And they already have that chemistry. So to me, that would be something that I'd definitely be interested in. But take care of that O-line first.
Gotcha.
I think, man, like Ravens fans, I don't know, like if it's PTSD or what's going on, man. But like, I see a lot of no way for 14, and $14 million is not a lot of money for a wide receiver.
You just gave Odell 15, 18, whatever.
18,
right?
Right.
And Marquise,
Park
y'all
High
want to disrespect him and everything. Like, he had like 1,100 yards for y'all last time he was there.
Sure did.
He had one
Greg Roman offense.
awful game, and he called out your beloved coaching staff, and now he's like a dead man walking out there.
Right. Yeah. And he's still young.
Yep. Hollywood is what, 26 maybe at the most.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like Chris said, take care of the O-line first, and it has to be I say take care of the O-line, and we have to sign Saquon. All right. We have to make a real investment this offseason into the offense, man. And we can't be afraid about the price tag. Man, we just got more cap room than we expected. All right. Let's not act like we're broke here. All right. Like we can spend money. Okay. We're not the poorest team in the league. Go and do what you got to do. Manipulate the cap number however you have to bring some players on that side of the ball. That's where the investment needs to be this offseason.
The thing is where it gets funny is when you do what you need to do with Madubuike, then it gets really, really tight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't get tight when you let him walk.
Yeah, in our world,
it's wide open.
What we need to do is let him go.
It's wide open in.
It's wide open.
It's wide open in.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, Madubuike had an incredible year.
Great
1 year.
player. Incredible 1 year.
It was 1 year, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say, like, that's just, the light switch went on and that's who he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Great player, but I mean, he's not out there winning games for you. I mean, Joe Thuney was out. He didn't dominate the interior of that Kansas City line. Like, he had a good game, but he wasn't out there making game-changing plays like you point out all the time with Chris Jones, right? That wasn't him.
You're right. Chris cut up versus Simpson, and I really did expect Madubuike to cut up versus whoever that backup was. I forgot his name.
That guy.
The funny thing is about it being, I didn't think about it till you just said it. He played so well. I looked at him as being a replacement for Simpson because he a free agent. Allegretti.
Allegretti's good too.
Allegretti, that's who it is. I looked at him as being a replacement. I was like, maybe we can get this dude to be a replacement for Simpson because we didn't do Jack SHI. You know what versus him.
I think, like, again, not to say that Madubuike is not a good player and not a valuable player, but if you look at specifically with this team who's failed offensively year after year after year after year in the playoffs, if you can bring back Madubuike and get maybe one guy on offense, or if you can get a couple of playmakers on offense and a couple of O-linemen to upgrade that, it's just not worth it to bring Madubuike back.
Yeah, I'm in the notion of, because I know Queen is done, so he's out of there.
Yeah.
And my thing with Madubuike is, I would love to have him back, but you already signed 2 dudes to that same position.
And
you already signed 2 dudes to that position. And I don't think Madubuike's, I think this year was not a fluke. I don't think he's gonna fall off the cliff next year. But Lamar is the guy that's going to win us championships.
Yeah.
So we need to make the game easier for him. I think we need to get to the point where we outscore people and we have great situational defense.
Yeah.
I don't think we can win a Super Bowl and hold people to 16 points. I think we can hold them to 24 points and score 40. So get Lamar what he needs, whether that be Hollywood, whether that be whoever. And I don't think Mike Evans is like, I just don't think we can afford $24 million receiver. Because I think, especially losing both guards and without tackles holding on by a string, the O-line got to be addressed. No matter how you address it, whether it be free agency, draft, or the O-line got to be addressed. That's where most of the money, I feel like, got to go. But you still need guys that can make plays. So, and I don't know how we got here from Marquise Brown question, but we're here.
That's why they needed to bring back at least one of those guards.
Right.
I don't know why you put yourself in a position to have to find 2 starting guards in the same offseason when you should be looking to upgrade your tackle position as well.
I don't mind him. I don't mind him letting Zeitler walk. I think he's hanging on by a thread. Like, I know he made the Pro Bowl, but it's some up and down with him for the last 2 seasons. Like, there's good in there, but it's at 34. That cliff comes fast.
I'll tell you what, though, Chris. Welcome to the Saleh and Cleveland show.
No, it's because we know they're going to address it.
Well, according to the streets, welcome to the Voorhees show.
We do.
I mean, how they've addressed it up until this point
I said they're going to address it.
No, but I'm saying it's been an issue the entire time, right? And how they've addressed it up to this
right
point.
guard. Right guard hasn't been.
The guard has been, period. Like, and they addressed right guard with Zeitler. No. I'm saying they addressed right guard with Zeitler, but left guard's been an issue the entire time, right? And how they've addressed it is with Eric DeCosta drafting guys in the middle rounds and missing on every single one of them. So,
I think I'm
the only guy Zeitler because he got cut.
Eric DeCosta from this right guard thing.
Well,
the coaches, but didn't put the main guy that should have been there in the competition. If he put Ben Cleveland over there, whether he was good enough to play it or not, that would have at least made John Simpson better for the season. John Simpson, all he had to do was roll out of the bed, drink Gatorade, and he was better than Saleh.
That's not nice.
So he had to get better.
So I was a professional too. Okay.
A professional dummy holder.
I'll give EDC credit on this. I thought when Simpson was being highly graded and all of that he was going to try to extend him during the season, and he didn't. So I'll give him credit for that because I thought that was. I just knew that.
He fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Nah, I just knew that was coming. So I'll give him credit.
So this is the reason why I'm confident that they're gonna go aggressively with it, because whenever they have like a deficiency somewhere, they usually attack it. Whether it works or it doesn't, they usually throw resources at it. Mm-hmm. They drafted Hollywood, they drafted Boykin. Like, now in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, Miles Boykin. But back then, that's a first and a third. Those are premium picks that you throw in at the situation. And then also with the same thing with PQ and Malik Harrison. A first and a third. Like, those are premium picks. Now you have to hit on those.
Yeah.
But you're addressing, you're trying to address the situation. You're just not like, no, we're going to spend a 5th round pick on it.
My point wasn't that they're not going to do anything. Obviously, they have to do something. But my point is that he's failed at addressing the position over and over and over, is what I'm saying. And they only even signed Kevin Zeitler because he was a guy who got cut and didn't affect the comp picks. That's what they jumped on him as soon as he got cut, right? So, I mean, I don't know that. Obviously, there's guys who are going to get released. I mean, I don't know who. Maybe they get lucky and a solid starter gets released again, and they can kind of jump in and grab somebody like that. But other than that, if we're talking about going and signing somebody in free agency, I don't know that they're going to be willing to spend the money. It's not what they like to do. And if you're talking about going in the draft, he's hit on one O lineman in the draft.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's to Chris's earlier point. You know, if we're going to be making some of these other signings, we got to make sure O-line's taken care of. That's where they need to spend the money. I mean,
yeah, and I think it would be dumb to go in with 2 rookies. Like let's say if they just draft one in the first and one in the third. Like, I don't think you want to go into the season with 2 rookies as your starting guards. Like, I think it has to be a vet and a rookie. Like, that's what I think.
And that's like, even as Voorhees is one of the guys, because he technically still a rookie.
Yeah, like I don't. He's like all right with Voorhees stuff. Like
I'm tired. Yeah.
like I get it. Like you got to put him and he's in the competition,
right?
But we not writing that in pen.
My thing is like you just make it make them fight for it. Just make them fight for it, and if he win it, fine.
Then that's great. Don't problems.
Right. Just don't hand.
Here's my issue with everybody saying Voorhees. Right. That's like us saying, "Hey, we're good at edge rusher. We don't need to bring back Clowney or Van Noy. We have Owe and Ojabo, right? But what would the argument be? Look, Ojabo hasn't played that much. He's been hurt. Yeah, but Ojabo was a 2nd round pick with 1st round talent. A lot of people will tell you, he could have been a 1st round pick until he got hurt. That's what a lot of people say. We've actually seen him play snaps before, right? Might have been like 5 snaps, but we see him play snaps. Okay, we haven't seen anything from Voorhees, and Voorhees was a 7th round pick.
Yes,
7th round pick. All right, he wasn't projected to be a 1st round pick.
3rd, I think.
Yeah,
somebody told me on Twitter. He had, because I said I don't want to hear nothing about him until he touched grass or something. So I was like, but Ojabo got 2. He played 2 games. He got 2 sacks. And he got 2 forced fumbles. And I was like, yeah, in 2 years. So
yeah.
I mean,
people have higher expectations of Voorhees than they do Ojabo, is what I'm saying. And that just goes to the mindset that we have about offense on this team. Offense is just kind of like, hey, just throw some guys out there, it'll be all right. But defense, we have to get it right. You can't just throw anybody out there and be okay with it. But this is the year where we have to make that switch and say, we had talent on defense. We've drafted a lot of young guys on defense, right? Everybody we're talking about having to replace. I mean, we talked about Matabike. I mean, we also drafted Travis Jones. We re-signed Broderick Washington. We re-signed Michael Pierce. That's taken care of. We drafted Trenton Simpson to replace Queen. That just what it has to be, and let those guys play. And the investment on short things needs to be on the offense. Who you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at Black Daniel. Who you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at Black Daniels.
You laughing at which one?
He's on the street.
Yeah, he's on the
street. Let me get brewing. He says, sorry for joining late. Hey, better late than never. Better late than never. Appreciate it. He says, but has anyone looked at the 0 for 31 since 2008 when running 20 times or less? Yes, that is strictly on coaching. And no matter how much they say, well, we called a lot of RPOs and it was changed. Stop trying to throw my man on the bus. That's why they told you can't go and talk to nobody on other people's show. For you to say some stupid stuff like that. Yeah, crickets, right. That's why I told you you can't go and interview. No, saying stupid stuff like that. Don't be throwing nobody up under the bus. You keep that stuff in house. You've been a coach long enough to don't make me get on this soapbox.
He'd been a coach long enough to do exactly what he intended to do. Keep the spotlight on someone not named John Harbaugh.
Careful, y'all. Don't be toxic.
No, that was what I was about to say was at the coaches. Yeah. No, it was because you just don't throw your players on the bus, man. No matter how much they mess up your plan, you eat it. You eat it. I don't care if they make $26 million or they got 5 classes a day and they writing essays all day. You eat it because you the coach.
It's a big problem when you can't say, yeah, this was stupid.
Right.
Like you have to come up with an excuse like that. Remember that where he challenged something? He was like, "Oh yeah, I knew that I couldn't challenge it," or something like that. I forgot what exactly it was.
Tried to make it like it was a time when he was using for a timeout to get somebody from rest or something.
Yeah, and I was like, no, you didn't. Like that's you just say you made a mistake. Like you don't have to make it seem like, oh yeah, you was playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. Like no,
we'll respect you more if you just come out and say, hey, I screwed up.
Exactly.
But it's BS anyway because after the first 10 RPOs where he never handed the ball off, wouldn't you just start calling some run plays?
You would think so. And then after you come out at halftime and say we have to run the ball. Okay, so what happened?
I hope it happens. I don't know.
That's why I told Jose, don't underestimate him.
You're right. Yeah.
Don't underestimate him.
So that said, Hollywood's pretty good. That's
I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, we looked at it and we talked about it. It's just messed up, man. It's a messed up situation. It brings up PO feelings from that game, man. It's 6 carries, bro. It's
don't make sense. I didn't go to the barbershop till Saturday because I wanted time to go by so nobody asked me about the game.
Which the number 4, man, and I got a guy that works with us that actually still coaches at the school, and he a Ravens fan. He had, why we ain't run the ball? Like, Malcolm, man, I'm tired to talk about this. I see him coming, I go in my room and lock the door. No, I don't want to talk about this. Come on. What was they doing, coach? Bro, I don't
you can't even explain it.
Right. Yeah. It's stupid. Just stupid. But it says, which players from this list should restructure their contracts and why? And let me throw the list up there for everybody to see. I had a list here. Where's my list? There it is. Which one of the players from this list should restructure their contracts and why? Can y'all see it up there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Have it.
Well, I think Lamar should hold out for more money. Let's start there. Here's the thing about Ronnie Stanley and Marlon Humphrey. It's funny that they're paired next to each other, right? Ronnie Stanley. Everybody says Ronnie Stanley should restructure. Let's say they go to Ronnie and say, hey, we need you to restructure. We got to create some cap room. And he says no. What are you going to do? Nothing. Now, if Marlon Humphrey, they go to Marlon Humphrey and say, hey, we need you to restructure. And he says no. What are they going to do?
Nothing.
I think they will do something.
I think
they cut him because they've been trying to replace Marlowe for the last 2 years. I think cornerback, as much as we're talking about what they need to do on offense, I think cornerback is what they're eyeing this offseason. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're going to go O-line in the first and corner in the second.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go corner in free agency or if they trade for one. They've been trying to do that last couple of years.
I think as far as the restructures part of it, I think Marlon, Ronnie, and Bowser should restructure, and maybe Marcus. But if Marcus said no, I wouldn't be mad at it. But definitely Ronnie, Marlowe, and Bowser, and maybe even cut Bowser.
Yeah,
yes, players can refuse restructures.
Yeah, Bowser, it's no restructure. It's get in the unemployment line.
This is last year,
pretty much.
It's no restructure for him. For me, it's Lamar. Because with these guys, I don't want to kick the can down the road with any of these guys. I don't want to kick the can down the road with Ronnie. I don't want to kick the can down the road with Marlon. I think there might be a possible out with Williams and Andrews because those guys they got some years into their contract. But I think I'm no cap guru or nothing like that. I barely manage my own damn money. But I think not Marlon. I think Lamar is like the easiest one as far as like, yeah, you add some years to his contract or whatever void years, whatever the hell they do. But I think if I remember correctly, the Brian McFarland guy, he said that a lot of quarterbacks after that first year, they end up restructuring their deals too to kind of open up some space where they get more money up front.
Okay.
So I think that's probably the safest option because I don't want to be tied to Ronnie and Marlowe for longer than they need to be.
Right. That's good. That's good.
If I'm Lamar, I'm not restructuring unless I get some guarantees that money's going towards the offense. You're not taking we're not redoing this just so you can not invest in me again.
You take my money and go get a safety.
Right.
You take my money and go get who's that? A list I did the other day, the safety from the Commanders, Cameron Curl.
You'll take Lamar's money. He'll come in the facility and be like, Patrick, what are you doing here?
I thought you was for sure going to Seattle. I wouldn't be mad at that, but it is what it is. But yeah,
I agree with Chris though. I think Chris put that perfectly. Even if it does push, kick the can down the road a little bit, Lamar is probably, it is not even probably, he is the guy on this list who we want to see get another contract and be here even longer than his current one. So they could probably restructure, and then when it's time in another 2 years to get back at the table, you can get a contract or structure a contract to the point where whatever you kick down the street is out of the picture now, and you got your guy still. So I agree. I agree with Chris on that. Ty has ghosted us like a prom date, so he gotta go.
All right, let me get this off and get ready for our next one. Give me a minute while I transition. Got a few things going on over here with this extra screen. I want to make sure.
I also want to say, man, Marcus Williams, I think he's gonna have a great year coming up here. I like how he battled through his injury this year and played at a pretty high level, considering he only had one arm. I think next year it's gonna be huge for him.
Yeah, hopefully he's not deformed next year. We're playing through that damn injury.
Yeah. He definitely did that and I really feel like, with him doing that, he showed a lot of toughness.
Yes.
Showed some toughness that I didn't know he had. Can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
this our next thing.
This our next thing
right here. It's our next thing. Let's run this real quick. Oh.
Coach, are you able to pause it?
Tell me when.
Oh no.
I'll go back.
No, this is a different one. I was gonna say the other angle that they showed, like you can clearly see him just holding the dude down by his head and just holding him against his will. He can't move. Like, do you know how demoralizing that is, yo? You're being held as a grown man against your will with one arm.
Hold on.
My dude, you jumped.
Yeah, right.
With 3 of your friends.
So we can get multiple angles in this joint now. Hold on. That's the wide angle again. I know you want that tight angle. That was that tight angle. There it is, right there. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold your horse. Hold your horse. Here we go. You want that angle?
Yes.
There we go.
Look at his feet.
Yeah, right there. Okay, look at him. Right there. He it's over. Game's over. Like Cam's arm is fully locked in place. It's fully locked in place.
It's a wrap for this cat.
It's over.
It's like Steve Smith when he grabbed dude by his jersey with the one arm and wouldn't let him go.
There's only one thing that guy could do right now, and that's apologize.
Keep in mind, it's 3 dudes versus Cam right here.
Right.
It's 3. This is Cam with his hat. The hat that did not move.
Head ain't
did not move. This is 3 other dudes trying to.
I didn't even know he had
dare
that
we
hat
say
on.
trying to fight him?
Right.
Is that even? Should we say trying?
Remember a couple weeks ago when that video came out of him saying what's up to Luke Kuechly and grabbing him, and Luke Kuechly looked like a damn coach.
Yep.
In his hands. That's an NFL linebacker, one of the best linebackers we've seen play this game. Right. And he made him look like a substitute teacher.
The dude came in and won the player of the year in his second year. And I was like, Cam's son.
So he got this dude by one arm. These other two dudes not even a factor. Like he got this dude.
He bear hugging dude. He got one, and he got the bear hug on the other one. He still got the bear hug on dude.
At least
now,
whoever this dude in the gray shirt trying to help him.
Yeah, is he? Yeah, he's trying to help Cam. Okay,
yeah, he's trying to help Cam.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he. Oh, okay. I thought
he tried to help Cam.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And Cam told him to chill out. Dude in the gray trying to help.
And Cam was smiling.
Yeah.
Yo, Cam a big dude. Yo, that's a big cat.
Like,
yo.
When I first saw this, I was like, that guy, he has a hat like Cam, but that's not. It can't be. I mean, that guy, he's a mutant. That can't be Cam Newton. He is so much bigger than those other guys.
Hold on, Blackula. Them ain't kids, cuz.
They look like kids.
Them grown folks. Cam
Cam
just a damn superhuman.
No, but he's a coach.
I seen people saying kids lately, and I'm like, wait,
bro, them
these.
Hey, hold on. I'm finna step out of character. These ninjas that already been on the podcast talking about this.
Oh, they already talking.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I would be talking.
They're famous now. And
I get far away from it as possible.
Oh, I gotta watch that. What they say? Cam ain't
basically said that Cam was talking crazy. Cam been talking crazy to him, and that Cam grabbed the little brother, the dude without the dreads, and he was walking up the steps, and he had to step in because Cam grabbed his brother.
Wasn't Cam sitting down when they walked up the steps?
I think so.
I don't think anybody believes that.
Like me and Brian was saying, like, how do you think a punch going to? What kind of leverage do you have throwing a punch like this? Like this ain't Mike Tyson punch out where you hit glass, Joe. That don't work in real life. Punches when you throw leverage like that don't work.
Now let's break this down. They say he was talking crazy. What does that mean? Because he said a whole lot of nothing right there. Oh, he's talking crazy. What did he say? And what did you say?
Can't we talk?
Right.
That's in that culture. That's all they do is talk.
Right. So there's a video of the guy with the dreads before that happened, talking smack like that. It was football smack.
Right.
So they've been talking smack about this 7-on-7 forever. So of course they talking smack.
Mm-hmm.
They're lucky that Cam Newton is the best of us. Otherwise, they would all be dead.
Yeah, I just hope Cam stays out of those situations because fools like that, it goes left quick.
Good point.
And Cam is doing good stuff out there, and
good point.
When dudes are doing good stuff in the hood, there always got to be somebody hating.
Right.
Yeah, good point.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
The good thing is, well, ain't no good thing about it, period. But Cam ain't swing on nobody. So I really like if they try to press some charges or whatnot, I don't think they will win.
Looked like he was defending himself to me.
That's what it looked like to me. Because if he like when Jose had me pause it, if he want to do some damage, that brother could have been
done.
Right, done.
Hey, can I just say this about Cam? And like when Cam was coming out of Auburn, like I wasn't the biggest fan of his, so I've been called like a Cam, stan or whatever. But he's the most disrespected quarterback ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like look at his Auburn team. Mm-hmm. Look at that team in Auburn. Who the hell did he have? Like then he goes to Carolina. And he puts up one of the greatest rookie seasons we've ever seen. Mm-hmm. As a passer, too. Mm-hmm. Not just running, as a passer.
Yeah.
And then, what happens in Carolina happens, takes them to the Super Bowl. But it's like, people talk about him like, like he was Gus Frerotte or some shit like that. Like the disrespect is crazy on this dude. And, I just think people just have those preconceived notions like, oh, this dude is corny. This dude is putting up a front. He wears those goofy hats. So we disrespect his career, his football career. And it's like, yo, that dude was nice.
You just think about it. Going all the way back. A winner in high school. Went to Florida. And obviously they had whatever the issue was with the laptop. Goes to Blinn. Wins national championship there. Goes to Auburn. and B used the word we talked about earlier because we were talking about Cam, drags Auburn to a national championship. Who do you remember on that team?
That's the craziest stat.
Even the coach
ever.
Like...
The craziest stat is he leads that Auburn team in the NFL in passing, rushing, and receiving.
Bro,
Yeah.
the greatest, the greatest, and I don't know how y'all feel about it. The greatest college football game besides any of the Steve McNair games I've ever seen was the comeback. How did they win that game versus Alabama? It was all Cam.
Yeah. All
Cam. And then goes and get drafted and pulls that team to the Super Bowl with basically it was Cam and us 5, and we got to the Super Bowl.
Ted Ginn was the lead receiver.
It's crazy. And like you said, one of the most disrespected dudes. And then, like, some of the runs that Cam used to do, like, he really would get no blocking and would run over linebackers and linemen and safeties. And you think you're going to go out there at 36, 37 years old, 100 and 200 pounds, and you 5'5", and you finna beat up Cam?
And really, he disrespected for no reason. Like, he doesn't talk crazy about anybody. He's very genuine, nice guy.
Yeah.
Personable guy, and just the media hates him.
He just dresses weird.
Right. And it's funny because, like, it's funny how people can kind of compartmentalize things, because a lot of the people who make fun of him for the way he dresses and hate, Cam for his personality and everything, he got nothing to say about basketball players. You love them guys. Right. They all dress weirder than Cam does.
Man, I was so happy when Tyrese Halliburton was healthy to play, because I was sick of seeing pictures of him on the sideline in those stupid ass outfits.
So here's what RG3 said. Cam led Auburn to a natty with one O-lineman that started an NFL game and no one else recording an NFL reception, rush attempt, or pass attempt.
Wow.
There's nobody in history that would have a supported cast like that and win the national championship.
And I always told Jose too that was part of his downfall in Carolina, why he didn't complain more about the offense around him, because like he was just used to playing with trash and he just thought that's the way it was. He's used to being the best player on the field.
Shit, when he got to Carolina, he was probably like, damn, it's an all-star team. It's the greatest team I've ever been
We
on.
can't be stopped.
Kevin says, and it was totally opposite of Lamar camps. Them boys was flashing money. I mean, you have to think about, if you don't know the 7-on-7 culture, it's like, for me, I can't stand it. Because, being a high school coach, it's just not. I used to like it, but it's not real football. It's too much talking. It's too much can go on with that talking, and it's not enough. Because the grown folks get involved in it too. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. And I don't, and I know me. I don't like to talk too much. I be ready for action, and I'm too old to be ready for action. So for me, it's just, and it's best for me to just not be in those situations.
Yeah,
because I just can't handle too much talking. And I know at my age, I don't need to be in them situations, because I just know me. So the best thing for me is just not put myself in them situations and let other people handle it. And it ain't real football. It's for young folks, and I ain't young no more. So I gotta let them handle it. And I know when certain things pass me by, and that's one of the things that passed me by. Because it used to be it started off as a thing where you can take your skill guys, y'all can run y'all pass plays and learn the offense in the summer, and in a competitive situation. But it ain't that no more.
Nope.
Now it's catch a touchdown, do backflips, show off your opponent.
It's on TV now.
Yeah, and it ain't like, and a lot of the coaches, they don't play with their high school teammates. It's an all-star team, and the defense is really much two-man. So high school, they don't play that much two-man, because you ain't got that many damn good corners. And then it's routes concepts that you can't protect in high school, because you ain't got old linemen that can protect 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds.
Right. So
it ain't real football no more. So I done just lost touch with it, and then all that talking and flipping and spinning on somebody's head and throwing the ball at people and all that. I can't do it. I just can't do it. especially when the grown folks doing it too. So
yeah, I agree.
it is what it is. But the kids love it. And I mean, if I was 17, 18, I wish I could have done it to get better, get my skills better. But I mean, I'm old. I'm gonna be the old hater. I'll say I'm the old hater in this case. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I take that L. And see, Bazier just tipped again, and Bruce says it's totally opposite of Lamar. Yeah, and it's like I said, it's just I just can't do it. I'm the old hater right here. I take
it's more of the culture. It's more of the atmosphere that you don't like. Right?
Yeah, because the kids talking one thing, and it's one thing to be competitive and whatnot, but then the grown folks go to talking to kids, and that's the part I don't like.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's now like it's what AAU is. I feel the same way. Same way about AAU Mike. Now. Yeah, it's like ruining the game. we had.
Brandon said that's when Oompa Loompas turn on Willy Wonka. He's talking about the two dudes trying to fight Cam.
Now our varsity has a playoff game Thursday, right? We had the so-called, best player on the team. If he listens, whatever, I don't care. He quit. He quit to go start AAU. And I'm like, bro, there's a playoff game in a region that y'all have a good chance of winning. But he quit. Just stop showing up to practice.
The
varsity kid to go play AAU.
Because he think he gonna be a star.
Thank you. Because these AAU coaches and teams are hyping these kids up to believe that they can get them somewhere that they can. So it's the same. I feel the same way about that now, Coach, as you feel about this 7-on-7. I was involved with AAU in the beginning when AAU was like really about playing basketball and showcasing. Now, like you said about this, Coach, it's about
the parents
at work. Yeah, it's the same thing, man. It's the same thing.
They the same monster. The same monster. Hey, jot that down. There you go. Another show idea right there. There you go. Write that one down. Let's get to number 6 real quick. Hashtag no 2 hours. All right. I think Steph Curry is the last superstar to stay with a team his entire career. So, but my question is to you guys: with all of our superstars starting to age out, who are the new superstars in the league? And I'm gonna call out some names, and I want to, you guys to say yes or no to them being a superstar. That it's kind of like a rapid fire type deal that you guys be doing on y'all show on Wednesdays. You got it? And in the chat box, when I say the name, y'all put yes or no to being a superstar. All right. First thing, and I think everybody's gonna be a yes on this one. Shai Gilchrist, how you say it, Alexander.
Shai Gilchrist, Alexander. Yep. Yes.
Okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
What is the definition of a superstar?
That's what I'm saying. It's your definition. It's for you. It's for you.
Well, no, but I say that because there are people who I think are superstars, but they're not superstars to the casual.
That's why it's for you, because there are some people that are stars, but I mean like superstars, like Steph, like LeBron, like who's that next wave of guy? Like when all our guys are out of there, like a Steph,
who
LeBron,
we projecting to be the next?
Yes, who's that next wave of guys?
I got you. My bad. I went to public school.
The ones that kind of be like that household name type of players.
Yes. And this dude is kind of in the middle, but Giannis.
Yeah, I mean he is now already. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Luka's there already.
That Luka.
Hey, I finally sat down and watched like a whole Mavs game. Man, that dude's
crazy.
That shit easy to him.
What, yeah. Mike? Easy.
That's why he can be. That's why he can be fat Luka, because it's easy. Like
he moves at a quarter speed of everybody else on the court, and
Luka played like the old dude that I used to watch when I was growing up. Like no, like he used to play like Brian said, he used to play so slow, but nobody could rip him. You couldn't block his shot, and he make you look bad and laugh at you.
And I remember I used to be up at 3 a.m. watching those games in Slovenia, and I knew this dude was gonna be next.
Next one, Jalen Brunson.
No.
Nah.
Star, not superstar.
Star, not superstar. Now he's in the right place though.
He's in the right place. That's why I was wondering what Chris was gonna say.
There's gonna be a lot of Jalen's running around New York next year. Little Jalen's.
Jason Tatum.
They love him. Yes.
Superstar.
I don't think so.
Jason Tatum. If they win a chip, he'll be the new face of the league. But he got to do that. He got to win a chip.
And for them to win a championship, he has to score more than 10 points in the final.
Yo, his window is like 2 years.
It's closing.
Because it might be one, depending on how much.
How quick
I do.
Depending on how quick Wembanyama develops.
What are you, 25?
But that team gonna fall apart.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The team gonna fall apart.
Mikey, Wembanyama's like 20.
Yeah.
He hasn't even gotten his man body yet.
Ant-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is disrespectful.
Who? Ant-Man?
Yeah.
D Fox.
No.
Not with that hairline.
Superstar.
No superstar.
Nah. He got a pop. He got a chance.
D-Book.
No.
Really?
I think Book is a superstar.
I think D-Book is I think D-Book better than KD right now.
Yeah,
they're both chokers.
Yeah, okay. He's better than KD. Is that good enough to win a championship?
That team, even though they beat the Lakers, but they team flaky. I don't know what. I can't put my finger on it.
Let me help you out here. He's not a winner.
Who?
That's Booker. That's why it took him 7 years to get to the playoffs, and then he choked when he got there.
Very good player.
What does that make KD?
A choker.
Even though he got 2 rings.
Look, he was the best player on those Golden State teams, but he's still a choker because when you put it all on him, he can't do it.
Okay.
You know, he was comfortable. He was walking in, he was crossing half court and walking into wide open threes on that Golden State team. No, like they had so many shooters, nobody was even covering him. So I mean, it's hard to choke in that. This dude is an idiot. I don't mean that, NDT. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
Let me throw. I got a couple more. Spider-Man. Spider Mitchell.
No. I like him, but no.
He get out of Cleveland, yes.
He was already out of Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm not Utah either. He gotta go.
Not like that.
He gotta go.
No, not like that.
He wants to be in New York. If he can get to New York, he'll have a stage. New
York, he just gonna be a loser in New York, Mike.
I mean, listen, superstar. I'm not always factoring in wins. I only said that for Jason Tatum to be the face of this league. I think he's a superstar already. But they're courting the next face of the league. And I think Tatum, with a good run through the playoffs, will make himself more of a household name and then move into being the face. But I think Spider Mitchell can be. He just got to get out of Cleveland. He got to get out of. He needs a major market.
And Wemby is the last name I thought there.
Yeah. What about Ja?
No. I forgot about Ja because the list I was looking at, obviously he's not playing, so I forgot about Ja.
Ja, he has a shot.
Ja has a shot, yeah.
Quite a
and I think the NBA is going to give him a chance to redeem himself. I think they were already in the process of doing it, but he got hurt. Because Nike didn't pull. They didn't pull off of him. So I think
Ja has a chance to be the real face of the league.
Yes.
Whether they like it or not.
Yes.
He has a chance to be that.
Like in an Iverson kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm. Screw that guy.
Kids love him.
Let me ask you, like, do you think Damian Lillard is a superstar, like, or has been a superstar?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you just working on a different definition of superstar then.
Yeah, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not always factoring in like wins. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but by that I mean, yeah, Tatum is a yes, and I don't know about Spider.
Oh, okay. So I didn't hear this name, but Jokic. What do y'all think about Jokic?
I didn't know how old Jokic was.
He's already there.
I think he is a superstar now. That's kind of.
So like the thing about Jokic is, man, like what 3-time MVP,
Mm-hmm. He's 2 years
MVP, world champion, but like nobody looks at him as like the face,
right?
You know what I mean?
He don't want to be the face.
What's funny to me about Jokic is
he's very quiet. Yeah.
When in the summer, when everybody's posting their videos, doing their workouts and running their heels and doing, all this hooping and lifting weights, Jokic over there playing with a horse, riding a horse and partying, and he ain't touching a basketball, and he's still gonna be dominating.
Him and Luka drinking beer.
Right. They ain't thinking about basketball. They over in Europe partying, having a great time, while everybody over here in cryo chambers and doing the best 8-day workouts.
What about Embiid?
Nothing more than getting those two on the same team.
Embiid's a superstar already. I think Embiid's already a superstar.
Now here's an interesting one that there's a lot of debate on, and I think you'll like this one, Coach. Well, you may or may not like this one, but Jimmy. Some people don't think Jimmy's a superstar.
I don't think Jimmy's a superstar. Nope. And Miami's my team, but I don't think Jimmy's a superstar.
Even after that run last year?
Nah. Joe had a nice run. Was he a superstar? Joe Flacco? No. Same difference.
You sounded so
sad. We got 3 submitted questions we're gonna run through real quick. First one is I'd like to know, it's from Mr. Sonification. It says, I'd like to know who are our top targets at number 30. Should it be a cornerback, receiver, or offensive tackle, preferably somebody realistic? So no Marvin Harrison Jr. or Joe Alt, for instance. So I'll throw one out there, and Chris, you throw one out there, and anybody else want to throw. But I know me and Chris do a lot of the draft stuff, so I just want to just throw it out there. For me, I'd say my boy from Washington, what's his name, Chris?
Troy Fontenot.
Fontenot, yeah. What about you?
I'm gonna say someone that's like semi-realistic. I'm assuming probably Grant Barton, guy at Duke. They saying he can move inside, but he played at Duke for the last few years at left tackle. Mm-hmm. Not a big guy, not gonna wow you physically, but he's very technical. When he loses slow. Like it might look ugly at first, but damn it, he's gonna hold on for dear life and make sure the quarterback doesn't get killed. But he's a guy who I think could come in and be a left guard, because it looks like they're gonna keep Ronnie, so he could be the left guard and then maybe possibly kick out in case whatever happens. So, and
the same for Fontenot. Fontenot played left tackle for them, but he's naturally in my eyes a guard. And if something happened to Ronnie, he could kick out and play some tackle too.
Yep. So, same line of thinking.
With Fontenot, I mean, he athletic is he like a running back playing offensive. That's how athletic he is. And so that's realistically to me, that's I think one of those lower offensive linemen that we can get. And some of those guys that's way up there, they just ain't my cup of tea. But we'll discuss those later, preferably tomorrow when me and Chris sit down and talk offensive linemen. So that's a little thing that I just threw out there that y'all didn't know about, but you know about it now. Second question. Unless Chris, Mike, Jose, B, you want to interject?
Well, I'm not sure how high he's projected, but that what was he? The O lineman from UConn that was at that Senior Bowl.
Oh, Christian Haynes,
yeah, that's the one that dominated that defender, and the guy got mad, ripped his helmet off.
Yeah. He told him go to church. he said if you're scared, go to church.
I have to wait for you guys' draft grade on him, but he looked like somebody I like to have over here.
Oh, he's good.
That attitude. Good. I wonder. No, that'd be 2 years ago. So they probably didn't play against each other. But I did find out something. This ain't got to do with the question, but that they were independent. I didn't know that.
UConn.
Yeah, them and Notre Dame, the only two independents left. I didn't know UConn was independent. Second question is from, I'm gonna just say Ed because I can't put all that together. Do you pick up Rashad Bateman's or Dafe Oweh's 5th-year option?
Yes,
I say yes.
I would say yes on both of them. And if I had to say no on one of them, it would be Oweh's and not Bateman's. But I would say yes to both.
Yep, same here.
Why not?
I'm the opposite. If I had to say one, I would stick with Oweh and let Bateman walk, because I mean there's a lot more wide receiver talent coming in the league than there is edge rusher talent coming in the league. And depending on what they do this offseason, realistically Rashad Bateman's looking at being their 3rd receiver anyway.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to pay him $14 million to do that.
Especially if Hollywood's gonna cost you the same.
Yeah, but Hollywood's a much better player than Bateman.
No, I'm agreeing with what I'm saying. If Hollywood's gonna cost you the same,
right? So that you're later Zay plus whoever they end up bringing in, whether it's a draft pick or whatever, and then I'm not saying that he couldn't he couldn't move up the depth chart, but I mean the way it stands right now.
And I honestly, and this is what I think is going to happen for Bateman. I think he's going to have I think they're not going to pick it up. I think he's going to have a solid year. I think what happened to Queen is going to happen to Bateman. They're not going to pick the 5th-year option up, and he's going to have a solid
year.
They're
going to bring in a great wide receiver to play next to him, and he's going to get the leftovers, and everybody be happy.
Yeah.
And then the last one from Ed again, he says, should we keep Patrick Crawford for one more year? Is it time to move on? I think we have to. Well, not we have to, but I think his contract is for one more year. Then we'll move on. I think he's under contract for one more year. Is that right, Chris? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know.
I think Ricard's here. I think he's signed for one more year.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on and bring in the guy that we've been having on ice for 2 years, Ben Mason.
He's still on the team?
Yeah, the practice squad.
You got a fullback and waiting, and you ain't got no goddamn wide receiver.
We sure got a fullback and waiting.
We got two.
We got two. We got Owen. Owen
Wilson. Oh no, not Wilson. The hell.
Something Owens or something like that. Basically, we got two.
This is Ricard's last year. They can open up $4 million by cutting them. So listen, I don't care how versatile he is. Cut the racist.
Yeah. Then the last question is we're doing our little non-sports related questions where we talk about a little bit about life. And this last one is what is your biggest regret that you can talk about? Because obviously, you may have something that you don't want to kind of put out there, but what's your biggest regret that you can talk about or that you feel comfortable talking about?
That's easy for me. My baby mom. That's super easy for me. Throw that one in the garbage.
Hold on. I got something. Like this instantly came to my mind when Chris said that. Kobe. When he said that, that's what I thought of. For me, it's and looking back on it, I'm thinking about it. Spending more time with other people's kids than my own, and that's come from with coaching. Coaching other people's kids and just spending more time, putting more life into their stuff than with my own blood kids. That bothers me a lot these days.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the middle of it, I didn't process it like it affected the relationship, but as I got older and them being adults now, I feel like I should have made more time for them. But that's my biggest regret, that's bothering me like daily now, spending more time with other people's kids than I did with my own.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else sharing? It's just us two.
Mikey look like he's about to say something.
No, I'm trying to think. This is a good question. I'm trying to think of one.
For me, I would say probably not getting into computers in in science earlier. I hated science in school. Didn't really take a liking to computers or anything IT related until much later. I've done a lot. I've done a lot of different things in life. I went to culinary school right out of high school.
You the bear.
Yeah. That was me for a little bit.
Won't cook a goddamn thing.
I do cook. I don't cook for you. I do cook. But no, that was a while ago. And then kind of burnt out of that real quick. Joined the military. Got into the intelligence field. Did that for a little bit. Was a defense contractor. Worked for the Department of Defense, and then finally got into IT. I've been doing that and I love it. But I love like learning about space too. Like learning something along those fields. Like I told B a while back, like if I could do it again, I'd probably be a scientist. Yeah. So not taking that seriously when I was younger is probably my biggest regret.
I can talk about. You need a Miss Frizzle as your teacher when you were younger. Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. For me, it's along similar lines, but not really like pursuing writing seriously when I was younger. Because now, like, I kind of want to do it now, but working and then doing the shows, and I just look at my screen and I'm like, I'm not doing anything with you today.
Yeah. Mine is probably not taking advantage of my 5-star status in high school and becoming a drug boy. I'm lying. I'm lying, guys. Recent, some of y'all might know this about me, but I am, I own a couple of properties and, renting to people Let's just say I regret the hell out of that. And I learned a lesson from this last situation. And it won't happen again.
They're not losses, Mike. Not losses. They lessons.
Lessons for sure.
Yeah, that's why we gotta let you. That too should. Yeah, definitely.
I'm Brian to talk about it. Well, yeah, but I will add this one. This on a lighter note. My regret is, and I kind of preach this to the kids when I am around them. I regret not taking ball as serious as I should have, because when I go home and I talk to different people, like in my little neck of the woods, and it's just my little corner of the woods. Sports was super easy to me, but I never took them serious because I was always good at them without practice. Like I ain't gonna say I was Iverson, but I had that mindset, like practice. Practice. I'm gonna go from football. I'm gonna go to basketball, and I'm gonna go to baseball. I never did like any off season for any of them. I just happened to be good at them, and I didn't like lifting weights till I was through playing sports. So imagine I put like all this stuff that the kids do now, like lifting weights in the summer and 7-on-7 and all that stuff. I wish I had done all that. But now I have to live with the regret that I didn't. And that's what I try to get them to realize. Look, give everything that you got now. Because you don't want to be on the corner talking about with a pack of cigarettes talking about, man, I used to kill him in high school, boy. I mean, that one game I had 13 points, boy. You don't want to be that dude.
Yo, it's crazy. Quick sidebar, real quick. It's crazy you say this, Coach, because I was reading. So there's this guy that created a Facebook page, a group for like local sports, and I follow him because he covers a lot of our basketball and stuff like that. But he also goes back and covers, brings up old stuff. And I'm reading, and he talking about this girls' team, back in I think they won back-to-back state championship 94, 95. And one of the
Great year right
names,
there, man. Great year. Great
one
year.
one of the names on there was like, ended up being on the 94 team, was a junior, 95 team, her senior year, led the team, led the county in scoring, assists, rebounds. I'm looking at this name and I'm like, yo, I know this person. And like, real talk, this person is I hate to say it, but like, it's a person that hangs at the liquor store all day long. And I'm like, yo, like this, like you just don't know who you standing next to or who you run into or who you see in in their current state, but how they were, and people on that team went D1, and obviously she ended up being one of the better ones. So it just made me think of like, damn, she probably could have been D1 herself. Like what happened? So it's just crazy. So it's crazy that you say that, Coach. I mean, I don't hang at the liquor store. I just know that she does. but I haven't been like,
you just stop by there from time to time.
I haven't been around her to hear if she tells those stories.
I roll by there on my way to church every day.
I haven't been around to know if she's that person you described with a pack of cigarettes saying, man, I used to drop this in high school, whatever. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy to read that yesterday and know how this person is now. So, wow, don't become that.
Hey, try not to live with regrets, man. Do what you got to do while you're in the moment. Mm-hmm. The thing is, and I read this book, and a friend of mine recommended it to me. It's called "Be Where Your Feet At." I think that's what it is called. And basically, live, be where you at. And that's kind of what got me to thinking. And I read it a while ago, but it just got me in the mind frame. I should have did more with my own in that time frame instead of putting my all in. And I was coaching football. I was trying to win and trying to do everything I needed to do, but I still should have did more with my own. So, but that's where we at. All right. Chris, and I look back at Chris and I just look at this trash can over here. That was funny.
Nah, that's easy for me, bro.
It's an open and shut.
Super easy.
Open and shut case. Mike, you joined us back last week after basketball season. Were you able to get anything up?
I was not. I still, even though I joined y'all Saturday, I was back in the gym. Helping with varsity. Varsity plays Thursday playoff game. We'll see how that goes. And then I know Jose had a busy weekend, so I didn't get to get up with him and learn the new software and stuff like that.
Right,
but yeah, I'll be up and running soon, man. Y'all just
let us know where, the ones that don't know where they need to go to find it. Once you get it up.
Go over there to open mic with OTR Mike, man. Subscribe. Peep the old stuff that's there. Let me know what you think about the old stuff. And then, soon there'll be some new stuff there. So be on the lookout. I am also 1/3 of Ring Kings podcast with Rodney and Jose. Some interesting news on the Twitterverse today and yesterday. And, a whole bunch of stuff going on in the boxing world as of late. So I'm sure we will get that cracking on Ring Kings podcast. It's just the best boxing podcast on YouTube. If you have not subscribed there, go do that as well.
Chris?
I'll be with Coach tomorrow. So I will be with Coach. We're gonna be talking some NBA stuff. As usual, he wanted to get an expert on it, so he got me. No, we're gonna be talking about some prospects tomorrow, and then also you can follow me on Twitter at Chris is Joking.
Y'all gonna lock down the plan to protect Bryce Young?
We can.
We're gonna throw some names out there that may actually end up with Bryce Young, so you never know.
Hopefully we can, because I liked Icky, so I don't take that for what it's worth.
And I did. I like Icky. I like Icky and the my guy that's beside
Zavala.
I liked both of them.
Mr. Zero.
Zavala fine, man. He wasn't supposed to play this year. Icky coming back.
It was the O-line coach. That's what we're gonna chalk it up to.
The spy.
Right.
The O-line coach.
We're gonna blame it on him. Jose and B.
All right, we are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We follow it up with the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/LBHT Show. And if you're at the beginning of the show, you heard about what we're talking about with the Girl Scout cookies. You can get a lot of very interesting conversations over there. So, yes, go over there, subscribe, check out our Patreon. Yes, those Girl Scout cookies right there. We had a serious conversation. There was no laughing going on. Okay, it wasn't jokes.
Y'all see what washed up in the chat?
Huh? What washed up in the chat?
The road
but yes.
Oh, you
check
said
us
what
out.
washed up in the chat? Hey, I got serious for a minute. I said, we washed up. What?
Yeah, check us out there. Also, yes, check out Hendo from the Road Pod, who he couldn't make it tonight. Yes, there he goes. And you can follow us on all the social media at LBHT Show, and Hendo's is at RO. Is it at Road Pod?
ROUG Road Pod.
Yeah.
Everything Road Pod.
Everything Road Pod. There you go.
Everything. And as a salute to Hendo, and I didn't know, he wasn't gonna make it till later on this afternoon, but as a salute to him, I had been listening to Tupac all day because I knew something was shaky was gonna go down. I've been listening to, and if you don't believe me, check my Twitter. Scroll up, you'll see. I've listened to Tupac all day. I say to set the mood. I was listening to Tupac. I knew it. Knew Hendo was coming with some 12 stuff. I just knew it. Just knew it.
They'll throw on some Usher too.
Usher might be tomorrow. But myself, you're here, so you know where to find me. You can also find me at More Sip the Tally. We're doing draft prospects over there. Also, getting ready to do some O-line stuff for Chris tomorrow. We're gonna talk about some O-linemen. 6 o'clock tomorrow. So 6-ish tomorrow. Right. So we say 6, probably be 6:05 once we get everything done. So be on the lookout for that. We're gonna talk. We got about, I think we gave you about 10 names. We're gonna run through and just kind of give our back and forth about what we like about them, what we don't like about them, and where we think they'll go. And because I got to catch up to him because he's way ahead of me. So as I catch up to him, we'll throw some more names out there and we'll go from there and see how much we can get out there. Because we're gonna try to supplement DCP while they doing what they doing, while they not doing. Because we don't want to let all that good knowledge that he got over there go to waste. So I got to catch up with him, and we're gonna put some content out for y'all. All right, that's all I got for you. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night. What show that's from? Real quick.
Real Sex.
Same network. Wrong show.
Def Comedy Jam.
Def Comedy Jam. Peace and love, y'all.